Good morning. It's Thursday. Headed up Ptarmigan Pass. That's where I slept last night. Pretty much the right amount of slope downward. I head up on the upper end. Slept pretty good, actually. And it was nice last night. The sun came. I mean, I saw stars when I was laying in my tent. I think I showed a picture of that. But then, of course, it rained last night and this morning to the point where I was like, okay, is it going to be like usual and it'll stop before 7 or so? And it did, so I was able to get cleaned up and a little slow getting moving, 8:35, but not bad considering all chores are done. And I'm heading up to and over Ptarmigan Pass. Sign says 2 miles. I realize that's probably going to be like 2 hours for me because I go slow as a turtle. I'm a tortoise. And it's a good ways down after that. So, be that as it may, let's get started. Just working my way up. Haven't hit the real steep switchbacks, but I have a feeling they're coming. Pretty cool view. Headed up still. Look at the valley that I came down into yesterday. Camp down there somewhere. Just missed a beautiful osprey or hawk. Kind of light underneath. Beautiful. Just kind of flew out of these trees here to my left and across the canyon. The trail's going to go back over to the right and then work itself up that thing right there, that mountain. But kind of in the trees, it looks like, and then I'll skirt more to the right. I'm not going to the left. Pass it somewhere to the right, excuse me. Finally approaching the pass. Mile per hour later. Granted, it's with a lot of stops and water breaks. But they're very quick, but they all add up, and plus I'm slow as a tortoise. path. 11777. You can see the Dillon Reservoir back there. I think that's the town of Dillon that sits right there in view. And then Silverthorne's like right there on the other side of that ridge. Beautiful up here. It takes an old man forever. Yeah, my trail will go around somehow and over the top, I think over there, and drop down. Skirts around the edges. So far I dodged what was menacing dark clouds, but there's my trail. I'm going to skirt up the side of that ridge, and then I'll drop down the other side of that mass. Doesn't look too bad from here. Yeah, I guess that's the bulk of that dark cloud. But boy, as I was approaching, I couldn't tell. It had me repeating a mantra. So far that's been working. Just working my way over, and I think it's to the right. I don't know. I drop off the side of one of those things here sooner or later. Back from where I came. Just more of these beautiful high bowls. Yeah, I saw so many yesterday and the day before. It's just beautiful. I didn't see a single person yesterday. Haven't seen anybody today. The only people I saw coming down on the day before was Jones Pass, and that was people who drove up. Didn't see any hikers that day except for the beginning of the day. There's two older hikers who are come up Stanley Mountain Trail to do Stanley. Yeah, and coming down that forest road from Jones Pass, lots of cars went by. I mean, half a dozen or less, not a lot. But when I went up Bobcat Trail, of course it was raining, not a soul. Which is kind of interesting. It's cool. I've booked a room for the Best Western Ptarmigan Lodge in Dillon to give me a break. So that's my objective today, is town food and getting clean and resting my left knee, which has been a little sore. I think that's more, maybe that's both of them. Silverthorne's kind of to the right. Or maybe I'm completely off. There's a few towns here close together. Anyway, always good to see. And that's where you want to go. Cairn marks the way. Cairn. Back over that way was a cairn. That's one thing I haven't mentioned. On this alternate, though portions of the trail are excellent, there are sections where you come across things like this where it's just by cairn. Sometimes you can't even see a footpath. Just, I guess, the weather and whatnot. Which I just want to say, man, that trail coming up from South Fork Williams Fork Creek, it was a well-made, really well-made trail coming up Ptarmigan Pass, and probably even going the other way. I know there's a lot of blowdown on the other side, headed back towards Bobtail Creek, but there was a washout section over there, and perhaps I showed a distorted video from that where I didn't realize it was on in my pocket. It was a washed out gully slide things like that I could do without. But an excellent trail though overall, and incredibly beautiful. Karen marks the spot. Pretty incredible view, even with civilization in it. I see 2 hikers, so that's it for this footage. Hey, trail. That's if you wanted to do Ptarmigan Peak. I think that's it. That kind of slope looks like, I mean, it's supposed to resemble a ptarmigan. I'll crouch down in the grass. Ptarmigan Peak Wilderness. Let's go see what this song says. Ptarmigan Peak. Ptarmigan Loop. That's the one I want. I'll double check now. Crazy camera. Aspen's starting to change. I haven't filmed any coming down this. This is like the Ptarmigan Loop Trail. I think I missed the technical alternate, suggested route, but not much difference at all. This might actually be a tenth of a mile shorter. I don't know, but it just it's been very hot and exposed. A lot of down trees, probably beetle kill or an old fire, or both. But seeing some of the yellows popping out of some of the aspens, not just starting maybe on the edges. Alright, I came to my intersection. Taking a left here. Not taking the angler. I'm gonna continue the Ptarmigan Peak Trail, which is back up that way. It's gonna drop me down to an intersection with the road. Civilization.